Welcome to the last episode of 2025. I wanted to take some time to reflect on this year, share what I've learned, and give you a glimpse of what is coming in 2026. 2025 has been definitely a year of learnings. It has been a year of growth, of challenges, and some incredible projects that really pushed me out of my comfort zone. And I think there are some lessons there that may be helpful for you, especially if you're a food and drink brand and you're working with challenging bases or thinking of launching something new in 2026. So let's dive in. If you want to create food or drink products that actually taste amazing, get the repeat purchases and see your sales go up, you need a flavor strategy. I'm Manon Galizzi, food scientist and flavor expert, and in this podcast, I share what I've learned from helping food and drink brands create new products from scratch, choose the right flavor direction, or fix the flavors that are not working. One of the biggest changes I've made this year was to simplify my services. At the start of the year, I had about 9 services. And honestly, it was confusing for potential customers and it was exhausting for me to manage. So I stripped it all back to 3 core packages: Create, Choose, and Fix. Create is for food and drink brands who need a full product development from concept to launch. Choose is for food and drink brands launching functional or plant-based products, let's say challenging product, who need help selecting the right flavor direction. And Fix is for food and drink brands with product already on the market, but they are just not performing the way they should. And I've created these 3 packages because they represent the 3 main challenges I see food and drink brands facing. And simplifying this had made me so much more clearer for food and drink brands to understand how I can help them. Something else that became very clear this year is the type of food and drink brands I absolutely love working with. These are the brands that I want to create something that is better for people, that is better for the planet. I'm talking about clean label, vegan and allergen-free products, for example. They are brands that care about wholesome ingredients, quality ingredients, and they're not chasing for the cheapest option. But here's the truth about this product. They often come with challenges. They can taste earthy, fishy, bitter, woody, and they don't have the usual ingredients or additives to cover up all of these off notes. But this is a kind of project that really gets me excited because they are not straightforward. They are making a difference compared to all of the food industry crap that they are doing. And they force me to think outside of the box. Because again, as a food scientist, and I saw it very recently, but I would do a special podcast episode to talk about it. I worked with another food scientist and he jumped straight to which additive can we add? We need to add this and this and this to have the perfect product on shelf. And I was like, no, this is not what the product, the project, the brand want. They want something that is clean label. So we have to think outside of the box. So these products required a lot of flavor strategy, understanding the science behind the flavor pairing, and it required a lot of trials to get it right, but it's so worth it. And speaking of challenging projects, I have to tell you one that absolutely consumed me this year. It's a plant-based barista milk that I've been working on for almost 16 months now. 16 months. But here's the thing, I never created or worked on a plant-based barista milk before. So I had to learn how to do it from scratch. But it wasn't just about creating a plant-based milk. It was a barista milk, which means it has to perform in a very specific ways. It has to foam properly, it has to be stable in coffee so it doesn't separate or look like scrambled eggs. It has to foam quickly so the barista aren't just sitting there forever, especially when they have a queue of customers. It has to be fluid enough so they can do all of their lattes, arts and flat whites. And on top of that, it had to taste nice with coffee. Not just on its own, but specifically when it's mixed with coffee. So we had to work with actual barista and have them try our milk and their coffee. And the first when I came with my milk samples, they were pasteurized, so everything was fine. And we asked them to try with the coffee. The look on their face, it was so funny. So when they understood what we was trying to do, and it was product development, when they were on board, they were so excited to help us. So it was a proper pleasure to work with these baristas and understand from their point of view how the milk had to perform. So this project really pushed me out of my comfort zone. There really were moments where I thought, oh my God, can we actually make this? Is it actually going to work? But you know what? I just love the learning so much. I loved being challenged. Not necessarily on some days. Some days I'm just thinking, why am I doing this? But then I'm just like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I love having to figure it out problems that I never seen before. And this is what keeps me passionate about what I do. It's not just applying the same formula, the same thing, or using hundreds of different million additives. It's about solving unique problems for unique products. What I learned this year is that fixing challenging flavors take time, but it is absolutely worth it. You can't rush this process. You can't take shortcuts. Because if you do, you end up with a product that is just okay. And in today's market, especially how competitive it is, okay is just not good enough. Your customers want product that taste amazing. They want product that they are happy to buy again and again. And that's why flavor is always the number one reason for repeat purchase. It's not packaging, it's not price, it's not your branding, it is taste. If your product doesn't taste good, people won't come back for it. It's simple as that. I want to take a moment to thank all of the food and drink brands who trusted me with their product this year. Every single one project has taught me something new. What I love the most about working with you is I don't feel like a consultant that they come in and out and just do the job and disappear. I feel like I'm part of your team. We are building something together. You share the vision with me, I bring my expertise, and together we create product that you are proud of. And seeing your faces when we finally nail a flavor after dozens of trials, see you excited about your product, seeing you launch successfully, and that's what makes all of the hard work worth it. So thank you. I feel really humble and grateful that you trusted me with something as important as your product. Another highlight this year was speaking at Spill the Beans. And for those who don't know Spill the Beans, I really recommend for you to check it out. It's an amazing event. So I spoke about the importance of flavors for food and drink products, of course, and why is the number one reason for repeat purchase. And the feedback I got was insane. So many food and drink brands came to me afterwards and said, I didn't know your job existed. I wish I knew your job existed a year ago, and I had no idea there was so much complexity and strategy behind flavors for a product. And this is where I realized the big gap there is in understanding. Food and drink brands know they need flavors, but they don't know that there is a strategic process for selecting the right flavor profile for their specific base. They think it's just ask for a flavor house for vanilla or add some fruit juice concentrate, some powders, and that's it. But as you heard me saying many times on the podcast, a vanilla is not just a vanilla. Whatever you're using, if you're using a vanilla flavor, a vanilla extract, some vanilla powder, or any fruit juice concentrate you use, any fruit powder, any product you use to flavor your product, there is always hundreds of different vanilla or strawberry flavor profile. And only some of them will work with your specific product. And that's why I created this podcast. And that's why I've created the flavor blueprint that you can download for free, because I want to bridge that gap. I want food and drink brands to understand there is a better way to approach flavors than just guessing and hoping. And on the more personal note, this year I started teaching women-only self-defense classes. And I'm just so proud of these women. Every week I see their body language, their confidence is growing. They are learning to set boundaries, distances, to take some space and to trust their instincts. And it connects really much with what I do in my business. Because whatever is self-defense or creating a business and a food or drink product is about empowerment, is about confidence. It's about the confidence to push your boundaries. It's about not settling for less than you deserve. So what is coming in 2026, you may ask? I have some exciting things planned. First, the podcast is going to look a little bit different. I'm bringing in guest interviews. I want to hear from other food and drink professionals, from founders, from people who are solving interesting problems in the industry. So stay tuned for that. I will also have more webinars and events in the pipeline, more opportunities for us to connect and for you to learn about flavor strategy and product development. But here is something really important. I really want to understand about your struggles. What are you dealing with right now? What challenges are you facing with your food and drink product? Because the content I create, whatever is the podcast, the webinars, the event I talk to, or the social content on Instagram or LinkedIn, they're all designed to help you. But I can only do that if I know what you're struggling with. So I'm going to reach out and connect with you more, but you can also reach me. If you leave a comment on the podcast platform you're listening on, if you send me a message through my website at ep6.com.uk or a message on LinkedIn or on Instagram, tell me what you're dealing with. What is keeping you at night about your food or drink product? And your feedback help me create content that actually is useful for you, that is going to help you. So please don't be shy and reach out. That's it for 2025. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast, for following along on this journey, and for being part of this amazing community of food and drink brands who care about doing some product better for the planet, better for people, and that tastes amazing. I'm really excited for what is coming in 2026, and I hope you are too. And if you find this episode helpful, please leave a review on whatever platform you're listening to this podcast. Your review genuinely helps this podcast grow and make it more visible to other food and drink brands who are struggling with the same challenging you will be facing. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye!